係多謝主席，咁啊多謝大家團體過嚟俾意見啦。就即係我覺得，始終香港本身如果即係你唔去真係檢討個聯繫匯率，我哋唔可以用利率去即係解決而家嘅樓價問題。即係大家自己呢方面冇自主咧，其實個問題都一路會持續落去，但係俾即係人哋牽住鼻子走。咁我諗呢方面扭曲，其實已經扭曲咗個市場。不過今日我覺得聽完大家團體嘅意見咧，我覺得政府都要回應一樣嘢咧，就係你所謂嘅辣椒，即係辣極咧，都係個樓價冇跌到啦。咁而個理由咧，我想聽政府回應頭先團體嘅意見咧。個理由就係你辣得嚟咧，你最後係減少咗供應。咁你減少咗供應，始終你都係讓個樓價咧一樣會飆升。咁我想即係秘書長都應該即係回應下團體呢個意見啦。但係我自己覺得就係其實始終即係我哋係會工黨係支持BSD 同 SSD 嘅，但係我哋更加支持就係一個資產增值稅。即係我哋覺得呢樣係更加長遠去即係去令到香港人唔好淨係用炒賣資產嚟去致富，而係應該係用喺即係啲錢係用喺啲實質經濟嗰度。咁即係呢方面就我想知道即係其實政府整體嚟講，我唔知係當然唔係秘書長個範圍啦嚇，佢哋淨係理房屋，但係其實呢個你都係用稅嘅即係介入。咁既然你用稅去介入嘅話咧，會唔會係用個資產增值稅係作為一個即係長遠引入香港，去令到成個嘅即係樓房嘅炒賣嚇？即係可以去翻一個比較即係正常啲嘅，就係你炒賣你係要付出一個稅。咁呢個付出稅呢樣嘢就令到啲人去再考慮過，先至去決定到底自己嘅資金流向邊邊。咁呢方面你哋會唔會做呢？嚇，兩個問題唔該。
Okay, Duncan, please. Thank you.
I think the honourable member expects my answer. It really isn't my area, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I just can't answer that.
咁個供應方面呢 regarding the supply.
Supply, well, as I say, I think the government is very firmly committed to take a number of initiatives on housing supply, both in the public sector and in the private sector. That will, of course, include needing to seek support from the community for these initiatives. You know, conversion of GIC sites. There's a cost to the community. They need to decide on which is the priority, housing or the other uses for those sites. We need to have a decision from the community on new development areas. These are large areas. They'll affect a lot of people in terms of resumption and what have you. We need a decision from the community on reclamation. Again, these are issues that need to be debated in the community. But in the meantime, the things that we can do, we are taking forward as quickly as we can. For a simple example, even within the public housing program, for the home ownership scheme projects, we're trying to reduce the development time from what I've said before, around 7 years to under 5 years, by cutting out some of the steps that we would normally do, but also putting in place fast tracking of parallel operations. So we're trying to do what we can on supply.
Yeah, we know that land supply line that you have taken, but what I want you to answer is to the accusation that BSD and SSD had reduced supply on the short term because then the seller don't want to sell their flat because of that. So I think that is the question I want you to answer, not about the long-term land supply.
Yes, this is Duncan, please.
I don't think you can make quite that direct relationship. The numbers don't seem to suggest that there's a correlation immediately between the introduction of special stamp duty and a fall in supply. Of course, buyer stamp duty is a very recent thing, so I think we can leave that to one side. The special stamp duty, and I think it's important we remember the purpose behind SSD. That was to try to stop this problem of short-term speculation, and we've had that effect, undoubtedly. There's no question about that. But the effect was to, we think, stop people buying for short-term speculative purposes. It shouldn't really have stopped people putting their properties onto the market. So I don't necessarily buy that argument.
陳秘書長有補充係嘛？
係就住個頭先李議員提到資產增值稅或者其他稅種啦，我或者補充少少。雖然呢個就唔係今個法案草案委員會嘅主調啦。如果提到呢個資產增值稅咧，其實對於我哋而家現時本港嘅一個簡單嘅稅制，當然會帶來一個好徹底根本上嘅一個轉變。第二方面，我諗我哋要留意咧，就係喺其他嘅第二啲地方有資產增值稅咧，佢哋都係向所有嘅資產咧去徵收呢個資產增值稅，而唔會話淨係向物業徵收呢個資產增值稅嘅。咁所以咧，考慮到呢兩點咧，我哋都要小心衡量任何提出呢一方面嘅一啲嘅措施咧，可能要涉及一啲好複雜同埋嘅研究同埋個法律條文。正如頭先秘書長所提咧，而家我哋處理個樓市一個非常嘅情況，要用一啲非常亦都快捷嘅方式咧嚟到處理。咁所以咧，當我哋去研究成個稅制會考慮嘅時候咧，我哋認為而家提出呢兩個招數咧係最有效同埋快速去面對樓市嗰個非常嘅情況嘅。
梁家傑議員。